All right, and we are back here on the GSMC Football Podcast. And for the final part of the show, we are going to talk about the Eagles and the Patriots preseason game tonight. It'll be at Gillette Stadium. Patriots are 3-point favorites. The over-under is 36. We aren't really going to see the Eagles starters play tonight. Probably going to see more Kenny Pickett, who played last week, had 89 yards and a touchdown. I'm assuming we're going to see pretty much all the Patriot quarterbacks play once again. Maybe see a little bit more of Drake May, because I know we didn't really get to see that much of him. Because, like I said, the other rookie quarterbacks, they did play a decent amount. Bo Nix, J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix. Caleb Williams made some plays in his only drive, but didn't really see a lot out of Drake May. But it's only the first preseason game, so see a little bit more of him tonight, I'm assuming. But one of the things that I saw when, looking at stuff for this game is, the Patriots and the Eagles had their joint practices. Now, the Patriots' offensive line was supposedly overwhelmed by the Eagles' front seven, allowing more than 15 sacks than completed passes. Well, no. They allowed more sacks than completed passes, so 15 to 14. 15 sacks to 14 completed passes. That really does highlight, a problem that they have. The offensive line, the offense in general also struggled with penalties, averaging 1 penalty for every 10 offensive reps. There was also issues with unforced errors, including failed center exchanges, which added to the team's frustration. Tommy Curran described the practice as a reality check for the Patriots, suggesting that the team needs to improve its execution rather than overall its strategy. Although rookies like Jalen Polk and Javon Baker, they performed well, so that's good to hear. They made several impressive catches through their impact, was limited by the poor pass protection. And yeah, that is a problem because, like I said, the Patriots are lacking on the offensive side of the ball, but now when you're saying the offensive line is a problem, well, how are they going to be able to move the ball at all? Not even just throwing it, but also running it. You got to give Ramondre Stevenson some lanes to run through. And on a positive note, I did see that A.J.Brown was praising Christian Gonzalez, their cornerback, for the Patriots. He didn't really – his rookie season got derailed by injury. So, they're hoping that this year is different. But that's at least, a plus is hearing that. But, yeah, like I said, the Patriots, they could be in for another tough season. But that could also just mean that, hey, you're playing against a team that's going to be really good this year, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the defense is going to be improved from last year. Vic Fangio is the defensive coordinator. I do think the defense for the Eagles is going to be better. So that also could be another reason. Because the Eagles, I look at them as one of the top teams in the NFC. So, and with the Patriots, I look at them as, a bottom 5 team right now. So that could also be the other reason, too, is you're going up against a really good team in the Eagles in practice that has a ton of talent from top to bottom. That could also be, why they're struggling so much. But even with them playing against the Eagles, I think most of us can agree that the Patriots, yeah, they're probably in for another tough season. And, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. But still, I mean, you want to see with this year, you want to see improvements. They're going to start out with Jacoby Brissett as the quarterback, and then at some point Drake May is going to take over. But yeah, you want to just see improvement throughout the year, and you want to see what you have right now in this current roster. Now, I think the Matthew Judon move. Now, again, the Patriots aren't competing for anything, but that was one of your best defensive players, and they let him go. So, that's that's going to hurt the defense a little bit. But they do have young players. Let's see, the young receivers, like I said, they're making plays. So, we'll see if they, help out the offense a little bit. Christian Gonzalez, like I said, A.J. Brown praised him. A.J. Brown's one of the best receivers in the NFL. So, if you're getting a compliment from him, that you're doing something right. But, yeah, we'll see how it goes tonight. And keep an eye on Joe Milton, too. He made plays against the Panthers last week. Let's see what he does as an on-court performance. Because I know there's, some rumblings out there that maybe he could be the starter for the Patriots instead. And don't worry, and don't forget about Bailey Zappi. Don't worry, be Zappi. Don't forget about him. Yeah, curious to see what ends up happening. I mean, I'm guessing Zappi could be the odd man out. Or, when it comes to the depth chart. But we'll see. We'll see. And then for the Eagles, like I said, probably not going to, really see any of the, you're not going to see any of the starters really play. I mean, Jalen Hurts probably, maybe he does play a drive in next week's preseason game, maybe. But it seems like I think he's going to be held out. Probably not going to really see any of the starters. When we see him, it's going to be when they play in Brazil against the Packers, which, yeah, I mean, those first 2 days, I mean, you got the Chiefs and the Ravens, and then the night after you got the Eagles and the Packers. So, that could be, championship game previews right there. First two days of the season. First 2 games of the season. I don't think so, but you never know. You never know. But yeah, that's really all I have for this game. Like I said, this is the only game tonight. Patriots are favored in this game. For the bettors out there. But yeah, not really much to add here. Like I said, I wish the starters were playing for the Eagles so we could see them for a little bit, but we're not really gonna. It doesn't seem like we're really gonna get that. And then tomorrow we'll preview all the games for the weekend. Like I said, got a bunch of games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. So we'll see. What ends up happening here. Both teams did win their first preseason games last week, so we'll see how this game goes. Bad weather in the forecast for this game. At least on CBS it shows that, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we're getting closer to that point with the regular season. We're about 3 weeks away from the start of the year, and I just, like I've been saying, I just want to get to it. I just want to get to that point, and then we're off and running from there. But actually, college football does start next week, so that at least gets us going a little bit. But, yeah, and I've been playing NCAA, and I am horrendous at that game right now. Not very good. It's been a struggle, and hopefully, I could get my act together and get better at the game. But right now, it's just it's been pretty brutal. The last couple times I've been playing. But yeah, college football does start next week, week 0, and yeah, and then we just got football all the way through February. So it's just it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting. Can't wait for that. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think, though, about the preseason game for tonight. Let me know what you think about any of the topics that we discussed today, going all the way back to the top of the show, talking about J.J. McCarthy, and just how devastating that injury was, or is, and, not going to be able to see him play this year. The Matthew Judon trade, Hard Knocks episode, the AFC receiver rankings, and this. Just let me know what you guys think about all of or any of the topics that we discussed. I'd love to get your comments. I do my best to try to respond to them, whether they're nice or not. I still try to still try to acknowledge them in some capacity. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to check out all the other shows on the network. I don't know what happened there. I got choked up talking about it. It makes me emotional talking about the other shows because everybody does a great job. But yeah, make sure to check out them when you get a chance. Both YouTube channels or wherever you get your podcast as well. If you don't want to look at our faces, you could always, listen in as well. Whether it's Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcast, we are on there as well. And I try to get, them up as quickly as possible. Because right when I'm done with the show, I go right into editing and, get them up on the audio side of things. And then, of course, reposting the segments so you don't have to go through the whole stream if you miss something. The segments will be right there for you to check out. So, but yeah, that is all the time that we have for today. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. We will be back again tomorrow, same time, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. We're already at Friday, which is unbelievable. But yeah, so make sure to tune in. And yeah, so as always, I'm your host, Kenneth Grunfelder, signing off from the GSMC Football Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Have a good day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care.